white. And he asked me, and I hadn't met him at this point. And I told him, I said, I'd like to use fulvic acid in my herbal products. He says, huh? Why would you do that? I said, well, fulvic acid, it creates like a freight train of information. It's like putting information on a supersonic jet and jams it into the cells. It carries information. Whatever information is in the fulvic acid, which is a liquid version of humic acid, it drives it. So I said, I'd like to put that in my herbs. He says, well, I don't know if anybody's ever done that. I said, well, I'd like to do it. I said, but I don't know how much fulvic acid to put in each of my products. He says, check this out. He says, okay, I want you to sit carefully and just breathe. And he says, are you near your products? I said, yes. He said, just breathe for a minute. And he says, there's a computer to your right? And I'm like, I'm on the telephone, okay? Old school telephone. I said, yes. And he said, there's a window to your left and the sun is out, right? I'm like, yes, how are you seeing this? He said, I'm triangulating you. I said, what do you mean? He said, I'm remote viewing you. He said, the only thing is I can't view your head.
What?
I said, why? He said, because you got locks.
Nigga,
he says, do you know remote viewers cannot view a person's natural hair? If your hair is like locks or it's even in natural braids, if you're wearing an afro, we can't read it because that scrambles the light and you. So he says, I lived with the Rastas. This man is deep. He said, I lived with the Rastas for many years, and the Maroons, there's the Maroons, that's even deeper than the Rastas. Yeah. And he says, we learned about all of these different things that they did. Yes. And these rhythms that they played, and these sounds and these things that they did, and the locks had more to do with, so you couldn't be found, you couldn't be located. This is amazing. Because of the spiral of the hair. Because the spiral of the hair, when you're in the natural spiral of the hair, you're picking up information that's in the galaxy, because the information in the galaxy, it travels in spirals. It doesn't travel in straight lines. It travels in curves and ellipses.
You know, the basic.
It's spirals. It's a spiral universe. So by you having your hair in a natural spiral, you can't be located. I'm like, what? He says, yeah, that's why they didn't want. He said there was a Dred Scott decision. He starts breaking down all that stuff where they didn't want folks wearing their natural hair. Put on some fake hair. Put on, straighten that hair.